I declare open this congregation of the University of Sussex. I'm delighted as Chancellor to welcome you formally to this graduation ceremony. The warmest of welcomes to our honoured guests, our distinguished faculty members, and to those of the professional services here at Sussex. But the warmest of welcomes are reserved for you, our graduands, your families and friends who join you here today, and to those who couldn't make it in person and may be watching via live video stream around the world. To you I say, bonjour, guten Tag, willkommen, como estai, hola, dobry den, привет, marhaba, salam alaikum, jambo, shalom, namaskar, ni hao, konnichiwa, oi, hey, hi, howdy, and hello. A massive thank you to the ITS technical team for making the live stream possible. It remains a profound honour for us that you chose Sussex as your place of study, and that, as I've just illustrated, graduands from all over the world will be receiving their degrees at these ceremonies. We're rightly proud of our tradition of embracing all faiths, cultures, and opinions, thus recognizing that global interdependence is not only an inevitability in all of our futures, but indeed that future is already here. To our foreign students, I'd like to say thank you for making us a truly global university. In fact, according to the Times Higher Education, one of the 50 most international universities in the world. In fact, we will be holding a graduation ceremony in Shanghai next year, and all eligible graduands, including those at these ceremonies, will be able to attend. I also know how hard it can be to travel so far at such expense and to try and get to grips with a different culture, language, and sometimes a different set of values and modes of behavior, and to overcome those hurdles of unfamiliarity and homesickness to remain focused and resolute. All of you graduands have contributed to Sussex being in the top 20 of universities in Britain, and being one of only 2 universities in Britain to record a year-on-year increase in new undergraduates over the past 8 years. At the winter's graduation, these ceremonies, we have a larger contingent of students graduating for the second or even third time, which even more than usual makes me the least smart person in the room. It's fine, I'm used to it, it's the way I feel at home. In fact, I'm not a shining example of academic prowess. I struggled through most of my education and my degree, so I hope I have a little empathy with which some of you may have gone through. In fact, one of my dad's friends, when I said that I wanted to study for a degree, his reaction was, "Why do you want to go to university, eh? You want to waste your time, grow your hair long, and listen to Mozart?" And I said, yeah, perhaps if I was thinking of going to the university in the 18th century, but I persevered. I know that some of you would have had to contend with your own personal difficulties, struggling to balance your studies with home life, in some cases whilst raising children, being carers, experiencing loss and sickness, trying to survive on overdrafts, loans, or family help. But here you are. It seems you persevered too. Getting a degree is not a foregone conclusion. It requires effort, focus, sacrifice, and not just your own. Your family and friends have made sacrifices to get you to this moment, and perhaps at some expense to be here with us today. So graduands and lecturers, a round of applause for the families and friends. So for many of you today, this will mark the end of your academic adventures, the odyssey that began with those first faltering steps at nursery or kindergarten, and culminate here after just a short walk across this stage. A name will be read out, hopefully approximating to yours. And you will take the mere 20 or so steps, terrified that you're going to lose your hat or your mortarboard, wondering whether the heels were such a good idea after all, whether your flies are open, and praying that you don't trip over your gown and end up in the lap of someone in the front row. And what an array of laps we have for you today. It's like Star Wars. The faculty awakens. May the coursework be with you. But today is your moment. you and your families. A moment for you, graduands, to reflect on all the efforts that have brought you your just rewards. But mainly, this is a celebration of your great achievement. I have to say this, on a technical note, you haven't actually got your degrees yet. And you getting one may just depend on how much love you show me when you come up here. I don't care whether you've been up here before, second time, 10th time, third time. You know, no love for the Chancellor, no degree. It's your day. Express your joy in whatever way you want, as long as it's legal and within sort of taste. Also, I have to say this is a housekeeping rule, no selfies. Afterwards, maybe. It's every time you take a selfie of me, I lose a bit of my power. And that's not really fair on me. Family and friends, something to say to you. This is a perfect opportunity for you, because it's your day too, to embarrass your loved ones when they come up here on the stage. They did it to you enough times when they were growing up. Now it's your turn to get them back. So feel free to whoop, applaud, make some noise, let them know where you are. You're allowed. Also, I expect there may be people here today that don't have family or friends joining them, in which case I'll be your family or your friend, if you'll have me, just for today. Okay, this isn't a permanent situation. I don't want to get into exchanging presents or looking after your cat or you turning up at my house to sleep. It's today, no one here is alone. I call upon the Vice-Chancellor to address the congregation.
Chancellor, Madam Mayor, Star Wars faculty, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We'll try again. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's a real pleasure to add my welcome to you all to this graduation ceremony. Graduation is one of the highlights of the academic year and is a time when we on stage and family and friends in the auditorium can truly celebrate your success. Now, although graduation has its formal aspects, you may have noticed we've made a little bit of an effort and dressed up for the occasion. As the Chancellor has indicated, it's also a time to relax and have fun. You can let the emotions flow and do pretty much whatever you like, but as he said, providing it's legal. So for a special day, we're in a special place, the Brighton Dome. This historic building, conceived by King George IV, started life as royal stables and a riding house. It's been a hospital and an operating theatre during 2 world wars, hosted the Eurovision Song Contest in 1974, which was won by ABBA with their song Waterloo, excellent. And David Bowie, who sadly died a couple of weeks ago, came to the Dome as Ziggy Stardust in 1972 and again in 1973. It has given a platform to many other famous visitors, including one of our former Prime Ministers, Winston Churchill. Amongst our graduands here today, I am sure there are many who will go on to do even greater things than previous visitors to this space. Sussex has always celebrated its diversity of its students and staff. During the graduation ceremonies this week, we will meet students from 107 different countries with ages ranging from 21 to 73 years. Education is for everyone at any age. There were just 52 students when Sussex opened in 1961. Now we have over 15,000. Over these next 2 days, there will be more than 800 graduands walking across this stage and over 1,000 family and friends supporting them. This is a pivotal moment in many of your lives, and I hope you will leave today with very special memories of all that you have achieved. I want to spend just a few moments talking to you about 4 aspects of Sussex life and why I know our graduating students will go on to do great things. Firstly, we can be absolutely certain that our graduates have excellent prospects, that they're highly employable and have a rounded view of life. We know that leaving university and finding a job can be a challenging time for graduates. However, we're extremely pleased that Sussex is now ranked in the top 10 of UK universities for graduate prospects. A recent study has found that 96% of Sussex graduates are in work or further study within 6 months of graduating. This suggests that not only do we attract outstanding students at the start, but that a Sussex experience provides a good start to the working life. We do go that extra mile to help our students have a fulfilling time at university. We believe that experiences outside the main study area, including gaining competence in one or more modern foreign languages, are important for broader personal development that employers are seeking. Our internship program is developing well, and we keep adding to this year on year, with our latest being a fully supported placement scheme in China. I hope that some of you have taken up the opportunity to complete an internship, whether it's here in the UK or abroad. The university also offers an outstanding range of master's scholarships for those who are thinking of postgraduate studies. This is really good for our graduates wishing to continue in further study at a time when we know financial pressures are high. Interdisciplinarity, that is, teaching and research that crosses the standard disciplinary boundaries, was one of the founding principles of Sussex back in the 60s. This broad-ranging and rounded view of life is very much part of the Sussex tradition. We pride ourselves on the way in which we have built many interdisciplinary centres of expertise, whether it's in climate change, global health, or neuroscience. In addition, we encourage our students to take courses which combine their core subject with other, often unrelated subjects. Our focus is an holistic one. For our students, we hope that this ethos of thinking broadly and having a rounded view of life stays with you and benefits you in your life and careers. Secondly, we should always remember that Sussex students and staff have a history of changing things for the better. Sussex has an outstanding reputation for world-leading research, and many of you here today have contributed to this. We are making a difference to people's lives, whether this is in policy in developing countries or digitizing history. 98% of our research is ranked as world-leading. And it's increasingly important for us to be able to show that our research has impact beyond academia by showing that we are making a real difference to people's lives and to society in general. Thirdly, I'm proud of our international perspective. It makes the Sussex experience special. We've had an international outlook since the university started in the 1960s. Currently, around 25% of our students are from overseas, and teaching and research staff come to us from more than 120 countries. All of you have helped create this diverse global community on campus, which I hope has added positively to your experience at Sussex. Sussex has a reputation of being a place where people from all over the world can make friends easily. Last year, the university teamed up with the Students' Union to host One World Week, a celebration of international diversity and a way to promote understanding of global issues. It was such a success that we've committed to making it an annual event. We've created partnerships with some distinguished institutions across the world, including universities in North America, Europe, Asia, and Africa. These relationships have created new research collaborations and new opportunities for student exchange and joint teaching programs. Finally, I would say that although we think globally, we also act locally, and our village-like campuses have created a very special community at the university. The Sussex campus and community is bigger than many small towns in the UK, with its population of more than 17,000 people. The university contributes about £500 million each year to the Brighton and Hove economy, and this will continue to increase as the university grows in coming years. This is not just because the university is the second biggest employer in the region, but because of you, our students, who live, work, and socialise in the area. But it's the personal contribution that our students make that I'm most proud of. I know that many of you do volunteer work in the local community. In fact, you do far more than the average citizen. Some of you tutor school children, particularly the disadvantaged. Some support the homeless, and others of you are just good neighbours or work hard at part-time jobs. For the family and friends that are here with you, I know they will be extremely proud to share in this moment. I want to give special thanks to all of those important people who have supported you during your years of study. As you look back on your time at Sussex and university life, I hope you have many fond memories and a real sense of what you can achieve in the world. Education is no longer a privilege for the very few. It has become a fundamental right for the many, and I hope soon for all. It can help to inspire intellectual curiosity and provide us with the foundation to achieve great things at work, at home, for our communities and society in general. It allows us to consider big issues from different perspectives and to challenge them. It introduces us to new concepts, new people, and new ways of thinking. What is critical for us is to listen to what our students say about their time at university. So we put together a short film in which you, our students, reflect on their Sussex experience and consider the future and send you a farewell message.
Overwhelmed and excited.
Very apprehensive, I think, but very excited.
Full of enthusiasm.
Curious.
I was really amazed.
And the first lecture, it was amazing.
Hungover.
Tired.
Full of excitement and adventures.
I was starting to feel at home. Reassured, I think, mainly by people around me.
Dependency because it's full of maths people.
Most likely Family Bar.
Probably the co-op.
All the green space outside.
Every single bit of it.
More fun than I expected.
Very solid.
Challenging.
Fulfilling.
Thorough.
Superb.
Hands-on.
Supportive.
One of a kind.
The staff always have time for you.
I was encouraged by the staff.
And to expand my knowledge.
Career progression and career development.
Then to specialise.
It was the teaching at Global Studies that made me want to stay on.
Not to limit myself.
Be more self-confident.
Well, just do everything you can today and don't leave it for tomorrow.
No one's going to motivate you other than you.
You can achieve anything you aim for.
It laid foundation for my future research.
They have actually given me the platform to go into research.
Just really building up my confidence. Don't be afraid.
To be much more focused.
Be more organized.
Read more.
Never feel scared to approach faculty members.
I think it's finally going to be at the end, so I'm going to be quite sad about it.
Not really ready to say goodbye.
Proud.
Proud to be the smartest dressed I've ever been whilst at Sussex.
Something that cannot be expressed in words.
I'm hoping to pursue a career in social justice.
I am doing a research placement for a few months.
And to pursue my PhD
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it.
Maybe marriage.
Always been poor.
Student landlords.
Probably the pressure of exams.
The learning hours in the library.
No, I'm gonna miss everything.
Being chair rep of life sciences.
Tying in Holy 2015 with one whole week.
Specialising in feminist Marxism.
My biggest success would be just finishing my studies.
Graduation.
Graduation.
Well done!
Congratulations to all those graduating in the 2016 winter graduation.
Well done, everyone. I'm so proud of you all.
It was lovely to meet you all, and I hope we stay in contact.
It's sad to say goodbye, but congratulations on what we've achieved.
Well done, guys, we did it.
And I'd like to give my special thanks to all those in the Communications Directorate who put the film together. Thank you very much. Now, as you continue to make your way in the world and carve out your path, I hope Sussex will always have a part in your consciousness. And just as Sussex stands for authentic and spirited thinking, I hope that you will take some of this philosophy and become successful in whichever way you choose. Please remember that you will always be part of the Sussex family. You will, of course, be joining an illustrious group of alumni, many of whom have made major contributions to the worlds of politics, government, academia, the creative industries, business, international development, and so on. You name it, and you will find Sussex graduates worldwide changing lives and making an impact. Our alumni relations team will make sure we stay in contact wherever you might be in the future. At the founding of this university, our first Vice-Chancellor, John Fulton, said that education at Sussex was making the future. This is an ambition which we still hold close to our hearts and encourage you to do the same. Make the future for yourselves and your family. Help make the future for our world. Now is the time to be confident, to be brave, and to be open to the endless possibilities that life has to offer. I wish you all every good fortune for your chosen futures and hope that your experience at Sussex has gone some way to prepare you for the next stage of your life. My very best wishes to you all. And remember, welcome to Shanghai in 2017 for graduation. Thank you. I call upon the head of the School of Business Management and Economics, Professor Stephen Maguire.
Chancellor, I now present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Politics, Alfie Reynolds. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Accounting and Finance, Lingling Guo. Xin Bao Zhang. For Economics, Ashley McLean. William Smith. For International Business, Fatima Zahra Binte Sheikh Ahmad Buhari. For Marketing and Management, Helen Roberts. For For the postgraduate certificate in Managing Innovation and Projects, Peter Pimblett Dennis. For the postgraduate diploma in Economics, Rupesh Patel. For the degree of Masters in Business Administration, Elise Gouvier. For the degree of Master of Science in Banking and Finance, and also awarded the Department of Business and Management Prize for the highest mark for a research project, business analysis report in business and management, Simeon Borisov. Adam Botley. Candice Dilbar. Jiasheng Huang. Chuk Hang Kong. Hao Li. An Lin Ma. Meng Chin. Xian Xie. Xiao Wu Tang. Sihan Temiz. Wan Lin Wei. Also awarded the Department of Business and Management Prize for the Best Student in MSc Banking and Finance, Neil Daniel Venner. Zhenhua Wu. Xi Xian Yang. Xin Yi Ye. Chan Le Chang. Shi Wei Chang. Xiao Yue Chang. Zhou Rong Zhu. For Development Economics, Khushbu Gupta. Veronica Roby Masubo. Hina Parvez. Hannah Sam. Oops. Sorry. Hannah Sam. Edward Steeds. For Economics, also awarded the Department of Economics Prize for the Best Performance in MSc Economics, Muhammad Ali Abdul Fattah Ali Abu Aziza. Sophie Hedges. Amrik Sandham Baines. For Energy Policy for Sustainability, Mariko Kitano. Arachukwu Nameka Okafor. For Financial Risk and Investment Analysis, Ferenc Molnar Franco. For Global Supply Chain and Logistics Management, Anne Adejo. Louis Awadan. Jun Bai. Irini Charoniti. Yi Yang Chen. Wen He Chen. Oniyinye Oluchi Chiedu. Rosa Isela Elorza. Bina Fang. Chen Gong. Ratiwan Yahwud. Bei Lei Chen. Sarah Ulvaten. Qing Wang. Xiao Wei Qi. Lim Chen N. Abigail. Yen Ting Ye. Kai U Zhang. For Innovation for Sustainable International Development, Nicholas James. For International Accounting and Corporate Governance, Faranu Amiruddin. Also awarded the Department of Business and Management Prize for the Best Student in MSc International Accounting and Corporate Governance, Shu Yi Bai. Chun Hung Hu. De Yue Hu. Fan Liu. Chen Kai Ma. Hui Ling Huang. Lin Jing Chang. Xian Gun Zhang. Jen Chiang. Da Na Jo. Chitvan Jain. Julia Christina Rutosi. For International Finance, Anis Edzati Binti Mohammed Redzwa. Also awarded the Department of Economics Prize for the best performance in MSc International Finance, Denis Michael Kern. Man Tao Sun. Chi Ling Huang. Ya Hui Zhan. For International Management, Olajumoke Ganiyat Afolabi. Chun Yi Chan. Marios Constantinou. Emily Croft. Denise Defteleri. Yuan Fang. Chung Han. Xin Huang. Yan Ying Xiang. Xie Tin Zhou. Stutata Kravcharak. Chia Min Li. Di Liu. Idrina Binti Mohammed Kahlil. Also awarded the Department of Business and Management Prize for the best student in MSc International Management, Marion Montfort. Haider Nakvi. Anitya Christopher Obiegbu. Khadija Rashad. Rathida Ratanakul. Shi Yang Yuen. Shrey Sharma. Se Rong Shen. Haruthai Somprasong. Si Chie Tai. Marcella Tupanamba. Dao Xian Wang. Xin Yi Wang. Xia Xin Xiao. Jae Gun Yu. Jian Yun Zhang. Xiao Tong Zhou. Yan Xin Zhou. Yu Xuan Zhou. For international marketing, Sonam Bourle. Si Yuan Chen. Enes Dahada. Si U Ding. Laura Lilia Fay. Mohammed Nasiat Ilam Hamdan. Kim Eliza Herman. Chloe Langer. Jia Yi Li. Xiang Yi Liang. Zlata Lobotskaya. Ji Chi Liu. Xi Lo. Ting Ting Ma. Chusani Mahapun. Jan Felix Mathis. Maria Ana Montes de Oca Ramirez. Ching Ching Mo. Taylor Paddington. Also awarded the Department of Business and Management Prize for the Best Student in MSc Marketing, International Marketing, Sarah Luisa Adriana Papalardo. Denisa Pernikova. Mesut Can Safiadze. Deki Fadzkuri Sokamto. Danida Suzanne Tud. Robert Trounce. Ching Wu. Thank you. Quickly. Yuan. Ming Jing Chang. Chancellor, this concludes the first half of the list of the graduates from the School of Business, Management and Economics. Thank you.
I call upon Professor Johann Schott, the Director of the Science Policy Research Unit, to present Professor Luc Suter.
Chancellor, Professor Suter is among the most important scholars, is one of the most important scholars of innovation studies. He has pioneered contributions to the field of economics, of technical change and innovation studies since his first publication in the late 70s. Following the first generation of scholars who established the field, individuals like Richard Nelson, himself a recipient of the University of Sussex Honorary Award Doctorate, Chris Freeman, Bengt Aker-Lundvall, and Nathan Rosenberg, Professor Suter has been one of the leaders in building the scientific standing and policy contribution of the economics of innovation over the past 30 years. Professor Suter, but Luc for friends, and I'm sure he accepts that I'm using his first name now, received his first degree in economics from Ghent University, Belgium, and his DPhil in economics from the University of Sussex. But he worked as a senior fellow at the Science Policy Research Unit, SPRU, in the late 1970s and during the 1980s. From 1984 till 1985, he was visiting associate professor at the Department of Economics at Stanford University in USA, and then he joined the new Faculty of Economics and Business Administration at Maastricht University as Professor of International Economic Relations. In 1998, he founded the Research Institute Merit, the Maastricht Economic Research Center on Innovation and Technology. You might call it a sister institution of SPRU. He is currently Rector Magnificus, and who doesn't want to be called Regnus Magnificus, of Maastricht University and a highly regarded advisor to the European Commission and other international organizations. He is also elected to the Royal Netherlands Academy of Science, and he received already many other honors. At SPRU, he was involved in a number of influential research projects, for example, on the impact of innovation on international trade performance, with Keith Pavitt, on the employment creation and employment displacement impact of the introduction of new technologies, highly topical for nowadays, with Chris Freeman and others, and detailed historical qualitative discussions of radical versus incremental innovations, the occurrence of clusters of innovation and of new technological paradigms, and other concepts. And these can all be considered providing the empirical background for the emergence of the now popular Schumpeterian theories of endogenous growth, creative destruction, and so-called general-purpose technology. But Luc also had an eye for the fact that innovation is not always positive. Luc observed that innovation might also lead to what he called creative destruction, destructive creation, benefiting the few at the expense of the many. Here and in other places, he demonstrated a deep commitment to the future of developing countries and sustainable development, and key to the University of Sussex and SPRU Agenda 2. During his early Sussex period, Luc also developed various new measures on sectoral and international technological specialization with Keith Pavitt and Roy Rothwell, using various technology and innovation output indicators, working with a large number of young researchers who also have made influential contributions to the field. Among others, Gary Pisano, now professor at Harvard, Sally Wyatt, one of his first PhD students and now a professor in Maastricht, and Pari Patel, who is now senior fellow at SPRU. This list can be continued, but let me finish this list by mentioning his contribution as an editor and author to Technical Change in Economic Theory, the title of a book, which is still a starting point for young and senior scholars interested in Schumpeterian and evolutionary economic theory, and the publication in 1997 of a renewed version of Freeman's famous textbook in the innovation studies field, the economics of industrial innovation. I myself have used both publications repeatedly in my own research and teaching. Characteristically for Luc, most of those contributions were co-authored with a variety of scholars in a range of academic journals, with additional work appearing as book or contributions to edited books in tune with the collective nature of much of the research done. So Luc believes in collective research and also in the need to address different academic audiences, not just one. Over the past 20 years, Luc's research has become increasingly influential in policy cycles, with many reports having been written on Dutch, Belgian, Flemish, and European research and innovation policy. And he also advised the former British Prime Minister, Tony Blair. His continuing policy engagement is reflected in his appointment as chair of the RISE, Research, Innovation and Science Policy Expert Group, which advises the Commission at the highest levels. Luc's research and personality reflects a keen critical insight and conviction that the world can be a better place. And research and teaching should contribute to this. Luc exemplifies, therefore, the empirical and policy-oriented economic research that distinguishes SPRU, the Department of Economics, and also the new School of Business and Management, in which both are anchored. As an alumnus of the school, Luc illustrates the potential of this type of research, and this award would serve to highlight the continuing strength and aspirations for even greater contributions in these areas in the future. Luc embodies the key values of the university's strategic plan, articulated as excellence, interdisciplinarity, engagement, partnerships, equality and diversity, and service. As I demonstrated, his research and academic leadership exemplifies the attainment of excellence in the field of innovation studies. Throughout his career, Luc has been directly engaged in policy debates and policy consultations, engaged with policymakers at the national and international level on many of the key challenges involving science and technology. Luc represents what SPRU and the School of Business Management and Economics aspire to. Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of the University, Honoris Causa, Professor Luc Soete.
By the authority of the Senate and the Council of the University, it gives me great pleasure to confer upon you the degree Doctor of the University, Honoris Causa. Many congratulations, sir.
Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, it's a particular and a great honor to be here and to receive this doctorate honoris causa from this university. I have worked and lived and studied here in the 70s and 80s, so it's a very long time ago. But it were 10 years of the 55 years of this university which really influenced my career and which were really detrimental in terms of what I later on went to do. And I still remember when I applied here for, well, not here, when I applied in London for a British Council fellowship, and the committee asked me where I wanted to go. And I said I wanted to go to Sussex. And the reaction was astonishing because the committee was really investigating this issue and wondering, but aren't you interested to go to Oxford or to Cambridge or to Imperial College? And I said, no, I wanted to go to Sussex because Sussex was a new university and it was a university with new philosophies with respect to interdisciplinarity, new ideas. And I had very much similar views which I wanted to do in my PhD. The paradox is, of course, that when I came here and I applied for my position, I was rejected because my proposal was too economics. I had actually applied to do my PhD at the Institute of Development Studies. And so thanks to some help, and this is really the family at Sussex, I got finally accepted at the School of Economics at that time. And so I graduated from the school, what is today called the School of Business Management and Economics, and was located at the Science Policy Research Unit doing my PhD. I picked up a lot of ideas from SPRU, and when I came back afterwards, I was offered a job at the Institute of Development Studies. And in doing this, so I joined back here, Sussex, in '79, and I arrived here on April 1st, '79. And as you might remember, a couple of weeks later, Maggie Thatcher was elected as Prime Minister. And suddenly the Institute of Development Studies had no longer funding because it was considered a quango, a quasi-autonomous non-governmental organization. I remind these things just to describe the environment in which Sussex operated in these days and how revolutionary and dynamic it was in terms of developing new ideas. So you quickly learn at Sussex how to raise money, how to get involved in research, how to be involved in PhD supervision. All these were ideas which I later on could pick up once I left Sussex and went to pursue my career elsewhere. And I went to the Netherlands, to Maastricht, and Maastricht was also a young, new university. It's a university which exists for 40 years, and I've been there 30 years of the 40 years, copying basically what Sussex did over the last 55 years. And it's great to see how similar Maastricht University and Sussex University have become and are in terms of their philosophies and their contributions. I challenge you students to focus indeed much more on the global dimensions. We live today in a world which is much more consists of global challenges, which is not any longer confined to particular nationalities, to particular borders, but is also not confined to disciplinary borders. And if you look at all the challenges with which we are confronted today, from security to migration, to climate change, to food security, to disease spreading, all these are issues which no longer can be analyzed within the disciplinary boundaries of particular schools in the narrow sense as they existed. So to some extent, what I think both Sussex University and Maastricht universities are proving is that the university world, which is extremely conservative and in which you have institutions which have been living for 400, 500, 600 years, can only be challenged by new institutions and by new universities. And I think this is really the challenge where both you and me currently as the Rector Magnificus of that university in the Netherlands are being confronted with. How can we provide to students much more challenges in terms of the major issues they will be confronted with in the future, and which will be to solve those challenges also from an international global perspective, as well as from this translational perspective crossing borders. Chancellor, let me again thank you very much for having granted me this doctorate, and let me all wish you a very fine, happy, exciting career wherever your endeavors take you. And I'm sure that with this degree you obtained from Sussex, as I obtained it here, your career will look fabulous. And I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
I call again upon the head of the School of Business Management and Economics, Professor Stephen Maguire.
Chancellor, I now present to you for the degree of Master of Science in Management, Chun Wei Chen. Tsi Fan. Michaela Leong. Rebecca Lunato. Jun Xiao Yan Song. Jing Wang. Ji Chiang Wang. Hai Chun Chiang. Chiye Zhang. For Management and Entrepreneurship, Mehmet Akalin. Borchu Setinpolat. Yuan Ji Gao. Faike Iqbal. Chi Kuo Li. Yun Luin Wu. Also awarded the Department of Business and Management Prize for the best student in MSc Management and Entrepreneurship, Ian Robert Edward Ross. Rawa Sadiq. Tun Morat Sriranwat. Supanut Tan Ratanakorn. For Management and Finance, Halil Ibrahim I. Li Chen. Wei Chen. Yi Fei Chung. Kadur Muhammad Fadlaha. Ya Ting Fan. Si Huan Gui. Tsing Yu Guo. Xuan Wei Guo. Yun Shi He. Kai Hao Huang. Ying Huang. Xue Xiang. Se Yan Zhao. Se Wei Lin. Wen Jing Ni. Chang Peng. Buchari Sinomba Pulangnan. Chen Yu Song. Lian Yu Wang. Meng Chi Wang. Xi Ye Wu. Xiao Mei Wu. Wen Shu. Meng Ying Yang. Shu Ting Chang. For managing innovation and projects, Martha Bloom. Alexandra Bridson. Also awarded the Department of Business and Management Prize for the Best Student in MSc Managing Innovation and Projects, Alex Burton. Sarah Correal Franco. Caroline Martha Claude Juijou. Ulkar Ismailova. Patriza Kaslovitz. Yimeng Liu. Ilga Miglani. Nicola Palumbo. Yaroslav Reznichenko. Kenta Tochikura. Hildegard Vanier. Xin Wu. Lukmane Yaichi. Shanpeng Zhou. For Science and Technology Policy, Morgan Flack. Andrew Howard. Also jointly awarded the Oldham Prize for Excellent Dissertation, Chanel Marshall. For Technology and Innovation Management, Andrew Amprako. Ji Kai Ding. Benjamin Hay. Aren Janiyan. Sayuri Sugita. Also awarded the Rothwell Prize for Excellent Dissertation, Sung Han Yang. Chancellor, I will now present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for the thesis, The Role of Expectations and Visions of the Future in the Development of Target-Based Environmental Policies, the case of UK air quality strategy, Vanessa McKean. Chancellor, this concludes the list of graduates from the School of Business, Management and Economics.
I call upon the Chief Executive of the Roffey Park Institute, Michael Jenkins.
Chancellor, I will now present to you for the Postgraduate Certificate in Leadership and Management, Alistair Clues. Claire Daniels. Brian Gash. Martin Horton. Sarah Martin. Stephen Parsons. Zoe Regent. Richard Wall Morris. Amelia Yodal. And for the degree of Master of Science in People and Organisational Development, Mark Benfold. Zoe Birch. Rex Brangwyn. Ododo Daff. Ian Harrison. Angela Hayday. Cara McCarthy. Stuart Pritchard. Teresa Rutherford. David Taylor. Claire Wills. Chancellor, this concludes the list of graduates from the Roffey Park Institute.
Chancellor, I present to you a graduand who was unable to graduate earlier with her School of Study. For the degree of Master of Science in International Management, Omorogeva Itomi. Chancellor, this is the moment when you can take just a few seconds or minutes to reflect on whether you think you've had sufficient love during this ceremony.
Yes, oh yes, yes. Well, way more than I deserve.
But that is a yes.
That is a yes.
Excellent. Chancellor, you have now met all the graduates being presented to you at this ceremony, and the moment has come for the formal conferral of degrees of the University of Sussex. I therefore ask you to confer their degrees on those presented to you and to the other graduands who have indicated their wish to graduate in absentia at this ceremony.
I formally confer degrees on all those just mentioned by the Vice-Chancellor. Congratulations, you've done it. Well done. Well, that was good for me. I don't know about for you lot. Don't really care. It was great for me. Congratulations, everyone, including our honoris causa, who was rejected by a department in Sussex. I find that shocking. Well done, family and friends. Some of you were truly embarrassing. Respect. So, graduates, as your time here at Sussex draws to a close, we hope that you will remain connected to us as part of the growing extended Sussex family as alumni. Aside from keeping in touch, you could act as a vital resource for future graduates of the university. Think of them as your younger brothers and younger sisters that will need some guidance. Please be sure to take 5 minutes after the ceremony to visit the alumni stand, which is back there. There are mugs with sweets in them. I kid you not, it's the future. So they're waiting for you. There are those present that have been associated with your success today that look upon these days with huge fondness as well. So please show your appreciation for your teachers, tutors, and staff. I can see it going to their heads right now. I can see it. They're going to hang on to those gowns. Whether your next step is gainful employment, the search for it, further academic study, simply some time out, I wish you all the best. Just a few thoughts to close the ceremony. Thoughts that you're going to hear. The really good ones are other people's, and the other ones are mine. I do think that we increasingly live in a quantitative world. Everything seems to be distilled down to numbers. You know, how was the film? And someone might say, I'd give it 2 stars. How was your meal? 6 out of 10. How's your day going? I feel I'm operating at about 60%. Numbers are clearly what many people use to define success as well, particularly with earnings. She earns $125,000 a year. Wow, she's doing well. They've just bought a property, 12 million. Wow, they're doing all right, etc., etc. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know, numbers are a straightforward comparison that we all understand. And it's quick. We don't feel that we have to qualify it any further. And that's the problem. There's absolutely no detail. So it means that there's nothing to discuss. You know, part of functioning as a human being is the ability to communicate, to understand, to empathize, to sympathize, to connect. We can understand each other better through detail. And there's more pressure on that as the world gets more virtual. The thing I really love about being here at graduation is that I get to meet you. I get to shake hands with you, get to have a hug, share a smile. And it's real. I could do it from a screen, I could, do it, virtually. It wouldn't be the same thing. You'd still end up with your degree, all the hard work you put in would still be the same, but we wouldn't have shared this moment. So, those same questions that I put just now, with a tiny bit more detail. How was the film? Script was great, the performance is solid, the special effects were poor. I'd give it 2 stars out of 3. Bit different. How was your meal? Starters were okay. Not much of a range on the main courses, but they were quite good. The desserts were excellent. It's a little bit drafty. 6 out of 10. She earns $125,000 a year. How? She cleans toilets with her tongue. Ooh, that changes my opinion. They've just bought a property, 12 million. How? They robbed a bank. Just that tiny bit of detail, 2 seconds more detail completely changes your picture, but we've communicated. My point is, talk to people, connect with people, spend the extra minute to find out that little bit of detail. Be better informed, therefore, and form your own opinions. As I've realized from Twitter, simply having an opinion does not make you intelligent. I read somewhere that the mark of true intelligence was to hold 2 contradictory arguments in your head at the same time and still function. And I increasingly believe that. And I've been lucky enough to meet enormously talented, famous, celebrated people, Oscar winners, Grammy winners, Tony winners, BAFTA winners, heads of state. I admired them for what they'd achieved, for sure. But I was only inspired by the ones that had 4 things, 4 elements to them. They had curiosity. They had a sense of humor. They had a work ethic. And above all, they had compassion. Those 4 things, in those combinations, I found really inspiring. And compassion is something that you can't put a number on it. If you do, you sound like an idiot. You know, how are your kids? 7 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 9 out of 10. It's ridiculous. Your partner seems really nice. I give her 3 stars. Well, yeah, what's going on? Martin Luther King said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. You can respect someone for having an opinion without having any respect for the opinion that they hold. Horace Mann, who was a 19th century American politician and educational reformer, he said, do not think of knocking out another person's brains because he differs in opinion from you. It would be as rational to knock yourself on the head because you differ from yourself 10 years ago. Don't be too judgmental. Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. You want the world to be a more compassionate place? Be more compassionate yourself. You want it to be a more kind, forgiving place? Be more kind and forgiving yourself. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. I read a thing recently that said, a smart man makes a mistake and learns from it and never makes that mistake again. A wise man finds a smart man and learns from him how to avoid making the mistake altogether. Embrace change. It's going to happen whether you want it to or not. A step into the unknown doesn't have to be a step into fear. Oh dear. It can be a step into a realm of possibilities. You have no idea what the future may bring you. But you might do if you have a hand in creating it. Yes, there will be difficulties and tragedy and sorrow, but also joy, laughs, and happiness. It's called life. It's normal. I embraced unpredictability the moment I changed careers and became an actor and a writer. Now, you may be aware, because you've heard it before, but Sussex was my first choice when I applied to universities many years ago. I didn't get in. I got rejected. Apparently my grades weren't good enough. So I took my business elsewhere, scraped through my degree, worked in jobs I wasn't happy in, changed careers, and I waited until all those people who were responsible for me not getting in at Sussex had either retired, been deported, were in prison, or had just become plain dead, and I got in as Chancellor. So ha, 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 ha. My point being, ha, 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 ha. And the other point being, it's unpredictable. The future is unpredictable, but it can be positive. Don't think it's always negative. Sometimes the solution is not right in front of you because it's not supposed to be right in front of you. There's a story from a film which I really love, which is 2 mice fell into a bowl of cream and couldn't get out. And one mouse decided that it was impossible and just gave up and drowned. And the other mouse struggled and splashed and thrashed and struggled and splashed and thrashed until all the cream had been churned into butter and they just stepped out of the bowl. Sometimes the struggle is the solution. There's an old Japanese proverb which says, fall down 7 times, get up 8 times. It's a privilege for me, it really is, to have shared your great day with you. Thank you for your inspiration to me. As one of my heroes, David Bowie, said, I don't know where I'm going from here, but I promise it won't be boring. And I can safely say the same applies to all of you. Be creative, dream big, be kind, and never, never give up. I wish you all happiness and good fortune in everything you do. I officially declare this graduation closed.